The world needs energy. From factories to transit systems, from cars to air conditioning systems, everything depends on the availability of energy. Modern civilization as we know it presently is a consumerist society in which progress is measured by advancements in its technologies. More machines mean more electric consumption. The need for power is fast overtaking its availability. The search is on for safer and alternative options to address the globe's hunger for power. Around the world, sensitive and sensible people are searching for non-conventional, better, more efficient and eco-friendly options to fulfill this now inevitable need. The wind, tidal waves, biofuels like jatropha and biomass are among the non-conventional energy generation methods in vogue. These have gained importance because of the realization of their potential of late. What is biomass? Biomass refers to plant matter grown for use as a fuel. Biomass may also include biodegradable wastes that can be burnt as fuel to create energy. The most commonly used biomass for producing electricity is plant matter, and among the plant matter, firewood is the most commonly sourced material. Biomass, megawatts. To generate electric power in megawatt ranges using biomass, millions of trees are required. Whole forests have to be cut down. Nature takes ages making forests. Can we just chop them to further our interests? EPI's answer is an emphatic no. Forests are meant to be left alone. Why biomass then? EPI has found in biomass an answer that has many benefits. Biomass does not just generate electricity, it also caters to the nation's power needs, alleviates rural poverty, and last but not the least, it helps curb global warming by creating a system of sustainable and profitable afforestation. In addition, it is not season dependent like wind power, does not need huge tracts of land like jatropha, and it is not expensive like solar energy. It is simple and inexpensive in all respects. Is this for real? Nattarasankotai, a village in the heartlands of Tamil Nadu, India. This area is famous as the homeland of the Chettiars. The Chettiar community is renowned for its distinct style of architecture and woodwork. The past saw the Chettiars making money and enriching their homeland Chettinad, building a culturally rich landscape full of stately buildings, temples and tanks. Eventually, quite a lot of the Chettiars migrated to greener pastures elsewhere. Large tracts of land here are not being utilized for agricultural purposes by the local population now. It is precisely this that attracted Energy Plantation Projects India to this area. The company sees these vast wastelands and the wasted lands as the gateway to realize and fulfill the power needs of the nation. EPI plans to grow forests, or rather create captive plantations that supply the much-needed biomass, at the same time greening the area. The premise is interesting and the side effects advantageous for a change. The EPI project looks at afforestation as an opportunity for power generation. The EPI method is a green model for fulfilling power requirements and is very earthy. EPI looks at terra firma for its sustenance. How does it work? Land, the canvas for life on Earth. From ages, this is the place where most flora takes birth and sustains life on Earth. EPI has taken up biomass as the green energy alternative in a big way. Incidentally, this initiative near Madurai, at the southern tip of India, is probably the first of its kind in the world, where educated professionals from various walks of life have come together for a reason. EPI's vision is grand. The initiative plans to establish a chain of biomass-energized electrical power stations using dedicated plantations across the nation.
About 3 years ago, I gave up my corporate world to give something back to the society in an ecologically and commercially feasible and justifiable manner. That's when we came across the concept of biomass energized electrical power stations in rural areas. But to produce megawatts of energy, you need tons of firewood every day. And this can come only from forests. And to grow forests, it takes a few decades. Therefore, I started becoming a farmer and then developed a huge amount of R&D to identify the right kind of a plant, tree all the things that will help you to become a self-sustaining forest. Only the dry lands, wasted lands, and those lands which have not been used for a long time will be bought and used for growing forests. Only those plants which are native to India will be introduced into the plantations. Afforestation and rural benefits should be constantly understandable, visible, and desirable to the society around. To this extent, all the infrastructure which is available in the rural areas will be utilized. In short, we will be the choice businesses right among them. Every government policy will be implemented, no freebies from the government, and the whole initiative will be rural based. Only the disposable incomes from educated urban professionals will be used for funding the project.
Murali, Satish and Sam were currently the 3 directors of EPI. EPI did a lot of research on fast-growing trees that are imperative in the production of biomass. Fast-growing trees are important to this kind of project because a biomass electricity generation plant, if it has to be successful, needs a given quantity and quality of biomass as the input regularly and predictably. The mechanics? Where will you get those lakhs of saplings? EPI's answer is its research and development operations. EPI established its first nursery operations outside Bangalore for concept proof. They established their next nursery at Natarasan Kotai for building a large-scale resource builder, the most important building block for the initiative.
The idea is simple, captivating and enormously pragmatic. Using unutilized lands, EPPI intends to create feedstock for biomass power plants. In short, the idea is to convert wastelands to powerhouses. EPPI is acquiring 500 acres of land for its plantation and is in the process of setting up 5 to 6 megawatt electrical power generating stations within the next 3 to 4 years using the very biomass generated from the lakhs of trees being planted now. The whole initiative is designed to establish fast-growing forests, establish power stations based on the feedstock of the biomass from the dedicated forests, produce electrical energy perpetually, establish the associated economic programs beneficial to the rural society, and encourage the rural society to be more organized to repeat this project.
At EPI, power generation is perceived as an opportunity for economic growth at the local as well as the national spheres.
We knew right from the beginning that to realize our dream of making India a green power nation, we need to have a clear roadmap. This roadmap has 2 parts. The first part is the trial project, which covers the major aspects such as forestry, power production, legal and other statutory clearances. The second part consists of setting up of more number of green power stations or scaled up versions of the pilot project. How do we expand the operations of such an initiative to cover the whole country? The first one is that the initiative should involve a large number of young professionals who take this forward over a period of time. EPPI's investor profile exactly caters to this requirement. About 80% of our investors are between the age group of 35 and 45 years. The second condition, how do we make it attractive for the youth to take it forward? At EPPI, we have designed an inorganic growth model to cater to this condition. To explain further, EPPI shall enable and empower young investors to set up organizations which are as large as EPPI itself in a unique business and management model. This model will ensure that EPPI will provide its expertise and management for these investors to achieve the purpose. EPPI will provide its services to the satellite companies, generate income, and use the income to set up more number of satellite companies.
EPI's plan is simple. Capture the power of an idea, harness the imagination of the youth, and create a powerful nation, literally.